Protests in Austin have invoked the name of Mike Ramos. He was an unarmed man shot and killed by Austin police in April. His death is under investigation. One prominent group involved in the protest is calling itself the Mike Ramos Brigade, and it proclaims it is a militant organization. Our investigator Jody Barr found that that group has ties to something that's the focus of a federal and state investigation.
Mike Ramos Brigade is a militant organization.
Wait, he said they are a what type of organization?
Militant.
When you hear militant organization...
Yeah, I mean, they say we believe in militant organization. Riots are going to happen.
Emily Holmead was looking for a peaceful group to join to help protest in Austin when she ran across this Facebook page.
Mike Ramos Brigade, it's a community page. There's also, they've hidden all of their about stuff. You can't see the admins on it at all.
Holmead said she suspected the group was planning and carrying out some of the violence connected to the protest. She decided to attend this meeting the group held in a city park Monday. After the group asked a newspaper reporter to leave, Holmead said she decided to record the meeting. They didn't want it video recorded. They didn't want it shown.
No.
You chose to do that. Why?
I just felt like something fishy was going on, to be honest. And I wanted to know what was going on, because if they're still going out and protesting, I wanted to see why.
Mike Ramos Brigade is a militant organization. We believe in militant rebellion. First and foremost, we believe in organized militant rebellion. Riots are going to happen.
The day before this meeting, the Mike Ramos Brigade arranged an event on its Facebook page asking supporters to show up to the Capitol Plaza Target, which turned into a crime scene shortly after. The looting that happened here is now a state and federal investigation.
We're even aware of in terms of May 31st, the protest and looting of Target in Austin. Okay, that was done and organized by an Antifa web page. And of course, the surveillance that was provided over the internet to identifying where law enforcement resources were staged was done over Antifa accounts. So there's no question that there is involvement of these violent extremists that are trying to exploit these things. I don't mind advertising this. We do have special agents embedded trying to identify criminals that are leveraging these or are using this as an opportunity, exploiting these demonstrations, and identify them, and we've already identified some of them, and we will be arresting them.
We tried to find the people behind the Mike Ramos Brigade, but we've had no luck. Even the man who canceled the Austin Justice Coalition rally at the Capitol Sunday says he doesn't know who's behind this group either. This is that event Monday night. When you hear them say we're a militant organization, does that change the dynamic of all of this?
I mean, but I think that's who they want to be, though, right? Right? I think that's why, you know, things like that is why I said I canceled the event, right?
Even Mike Ramos's mother doesn't know who's running the group using her son's name.
My son is dead. You know, have respect. I don't like the throwing, this and that. That's really disrespecting me, especially when I see having my son's name does not have nothing to do with that. And I do not know who they are.
Emily Holmead says she doesn't regret helping to expose this group and isn't afraid of any consequences for doing it.
If you have his own mother saying to not do it, why would you go against that?
Texas DPS Director Stephen McCraw says that investigators have identified some of the people involved in this looting and rioting across the state. But McCraw says they're not yet ready to release those names because investigators are still working to identify others involved in these crimes. And he says some of these charges could be federally prosecuted.
Now, this week, you also did some more reporting on whether these groups could be tied to Antifa. What are security experts telling you?
Well, they're telling us that the violence involved in the protests that we've seen so far are indicative of some of the tactics of Antifa groups, meaning anti-fascists, that you see a clear split, Josh, between the peaceful protesters and then outside groups like Antifa type showing up, causing trouble here.
At least here in Austin, what we've seen when we run the backgrounds on the people that have been arrested is that most of them are coming from right here in the Austin area, not from out of state like other people have said have been happening in other places.
That's right. You know, we have tracked each and every arrest here in the Austin area. Most of those people are right here from the Austin area, and we heard the DPS director say last week that the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is here, and they are specifically looking for people who may be coming into the state of Texas who are involved in coordinating these riots and inciting riots and involved in some of the looting we've seen.
All right, Jody, thank you very much. Texas lawmakers faced calls to act after the death of an African-American woman in custody. It brought change, but it's still a work in progress.
We're working to make sure that this doesn't happen to you or your friends or others, and I'm always hopeful.
We talked to the lawmaker behind the Sandra Bland Act about what still needs to be done.